So, welcome to Football Fans Exclusive Podcast. Bruce alongside Chris. This is the place to find real fans, authentic views. Chris, what's up, man?
Yeah, bro.
Alright, good. Today we have another fan with us. We have a Liverpool fan himself, Mr. Dougie. How you doing, boss?
Yeah, man. Blessings.
You hear me, Dougie? All is well?
Yeah, man. All is well.
Alright,
Blessings.
alright.
You hear me?
Alright, good.
Yes, sir.
Alright, boss. Nice to have you. Since
Yeah,
you're a
man,
guest
thanks for
today,
having
we'll
me.
allow you to give a thought, in special minute before getting to the show.
Well, I just want to say, wherever you are listening, whatever you might be going through, just stay strong. You know, people might be going through stuff, and just talk to somebody and stay strong, and give God thanks in whatever you do. You know what I mean? And trust God.
All
Alright, bro. Nice weekend. I know the Liverpool fan feeling good about this weekend. So
Yes,
to the
sir.
Chelsea fan, I mean, and it's nice to have both of you in that celebratory mood on the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, so let's get into the FA Cup. Kickstart the show.
Bro, you're sure he's feeling fine? He's gonna be playing Liverpool. You're sure he's happy about that?
No, I mean you were happy, and I'm happy to entertain you guys discussing.
Oh, that's all I can do.
Yeah. I know I am happy, but is he
That's
happy?
a good weekend for you, though.
He's gonna be playing the
Imagine
big mighty
this.
Liverpool.
I can imagine if I was the only one to show happy. Nah, it's fine. So Dougie. All right, before me ask a question, just highlight the keys to Liverpool victory on the weekend. If you want to driving force.
Well, Trent and Klopp had said, that their utmost goal this season is to win trophies. You know what I mean? So, if you noticed before, we weren't paying too much interest in the FA Cup and the other cups. You know what I mean? Those small. We wanted Champions League and Premier League. But this season, I see where Klopp, he has strengthened the team, and I think that is the main reason why we're doing so well in so many different competitions.
Chris, in the meantime, until he's back.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, go ahead, Dougie.
You heard me?
Yeah, go ahead. Say that again.
Yeah. So I'm saying, I think the strengthening of the squad, that's the main reason why we're doing so well in so many different competitions. We have a better squad depth this season. So it's not really the coaching or difference in coaching, but I think it's the depth we have in the squad. You know what I mean? Before, we were only focusing on Champions League and Premier League because we only had that squad depth to do so much and no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Poor connection, bro.
Oh, you're not hearing me?
Yeah, chipping in and out.
Yeah, but Bruce.
No.
All right, so Bruce, what you think?
No, let me ask.
No, because
Let me ask you the question.
you're being biased. You're being very
Let me ask you the
smart
question.
about what you're doing.
I'm going to ask a question.
No, but you're being smart, Bruce. That's not the question, but it's like you're setting it up for you to negate the question.
No, I'm going to ask a question.
So you're trying to set up Dougie right now.
No. And he maneuver himself very well. Dougie, the big question.
Yeah.
The big question.
Mm-hmm.
Did the absence of Kevin De Bruyne and Edison and others make a difference in the game against Liverpool City?
Any team that have a player like Kevin De Bruyne have a different level of player, because Kevin De Bruyne is not just any ordinary player. He's a really good footballer. I don't know how much we can stress that. So any team missing Kevin De Bruyne is short, you know what I mean? But the team is City, you know what I mean? City is a strong team, and Liverpool was just better on the day.
Okay.
And
Look at my face, Bruce.
if I might
totally agree with him. I totally agree with him 100%.
If I might add, whenever we go to City and play, we tend to play nervous, as you can see on that game in the Premier League earlier. But I think the difference between City and Liverpool was more the fans, the equality. Even we had more fans at Wembley than City did, and I think that played a role more than the missing of De Bruyne and Edison.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Chris, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, that's a very good point there about the fans. But City don't really have a lot of fans, so they should be used to playing without fans. They're just, growing their fan base right now because of their recent success. Children growing up seeing Manchester City winning. You understand? But I do think Liverpool was just really better on the day, and they weren't all that great because in the first half, Liverpool were passing the ball slowly. They didn't have to change gear, right? City was just very, very poor, and it wasn't because of De Bruyne or even Edison, right? They were just poor. Like, you can see a Manchester City team that they can't pass the ball around. Let's say Klopp did some work on his pressing, to close down their basically their passing routines and forcing them to play the ball a certain way. But Manchester City were very, very poor on the day. Like, Manchester City looked like Liverpool when they played them before at Etihad, right? And that wasn't a good look. And that's not down to two players being missing, right? That's down to the whole team's performance because in the second half, they got it together. And then they came back stronger in the second half. That was the same team that came back stronger in the second half. They got it together, right? So let's say in the first half, because what happens in games is you tactically suffer if a coach outwits you from the get-go until halftime. So let's say Klopp tactically outwitted Pep for the first 45 minutes, and then Pep got in second half, got in the guys, reshuffled some tactics in the halftime, and then they came out better. But I don't see, because the same team, the same front line that he started against Liverpool in the game before, the same front line he started again.
Yeah, but
right?
If I might add, Chris, remember they had to travel to Madrid. That can take a toll. And I know you can say they made like 6 or 7 changes. But with that said,
Okay, go on.
Yeah, I'm saying
go ahead.
Remember they had that torrid match with Atletico before, a couple of days before, plus the traveling, so that could have taken a toll on them as well. So we have to bear that in mind.
Yeah. So let me just. Can I comment now on it?
Yes. Comment, boss.
So I mean, we can single out 2 players, but the reality is that City made 7 changes to the game.
So did Liverpool.
Liverpool made, hold on, fine. Liverpool made 7 changes, but it's like the quality of the changes. So Liverpool rested their players against Benfica, their main players. City played a rough game, but I thought you can argue play the toughest game under Pep since I've been at City. Maybe it's tough,
Rubbish.
In terms of physical bruise, hold on. In terms of physical nature of the game, they've been that manangled before. They are allowed to play games, Dougie. But they've been playing a physical game before. I've seen a physical game.
Yeah. It was a tough encounter.
Bruising. Say again?
Yeah, it was a tough encounter for sure.
Tough encounter, physically tough and draining on them.
Yeah.
And so it's like you said a Pep team actually play with the ball and don't want the ball, get the ball and confused because there were under someone's physical attack. Therefore, so what happened is that he made 7 changes.
Go ahead. Yeah, and this city didn't lack any quality. They had quality all over the park.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say quality all over the park. I mean,
you know why, Bruce. You know why?
What?
You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. He brought in Fernandinho. Still a massive.
No. Fred is not the same player. Hold on.
Hold on.
He's not the same player. He's 36. Calm down. So calm down. Go ahead.
Bruce, let him finish, Bruce. Let him finish.
Yo, still has a lot to offer. Still a massive, still a good player. A proven performer, experience. He gave I think set up the goal, the last goal they scored. That ball that
he was the best player.
Van Dijk.
He was the best player.
Yeah, he's still good. You know what I mean? So and then they had Sterling, they had the 100 million man Grealish. They had Mahrez coming off the bench.
Mahrez no.
I said coming off the bench.
Mahrez come on 85th minute. He came on 85th minute.
No matter.
Yeah, but he impacted. He impacted the game.
So look here, Mr. Gappin, sir. You realize, right? When Chris mentioned that City were in the second half.
Yeah.
It ties over from first half. And so Liverpool going to back half. Liverpool, without their main players, which is Van Dijk and Salah, is a different team. Would you agree with me?
No, Liverpool is a different team. You can't compare Liverpool. You can't. All right, you have to reason in context. You can't compare a Liverpool with a City. City plays their system true and true, no matter who plays. Now, if Van Dijk doesn't play, or Trent doesn't play, or let's say Fabinho doesn't play, it's a total different team you get.
I'm not talking about the system. I'm talking about the quality.
The system is set away around a certain core of players.
No,
fine. City more have a DNA kind of play. A DNA kind of play.
Fine.
Yeah.
But Dougie. I'm talking about the quality, Dougie.
All right. Let me give you an example.
This season.
Let me give you an example, Laddie. Hold on. Let me give you an example. You remember last season when we weren't scoring goals, when Van Dijk wasn't there, and a lot of people were saying to me that, you know what, you guys not scoring. And I say, you know why we're not scoring? It's because Van Dijk is not there. And they say, no, that's not the reason. Van Dijk is defender. Van Dijk. But when Van Dijk plays,
the confidence.
The confidence is there. Trent and Robbo can go and create more. The midfield knows how it gives a balance. It's not the same thing with Pep team. Pep team, if De Bruyne doesn't play, they still the same pass.
I agree, Dougie. But Dougie, I'm saying, Dougie. What I'm saying, though, the quality is not the same. So this season, this is the third time.
Why is the quality not the same?
Because Pep, you have the same quality player, Chris. You can't play De Bruyne with somebody else. You can't play Van Dijk with somebody else. You can't play.
I don't, Bruce. I really do not see. All right, even though Gundogan is not De Bruyne, he's not as bad as you make. He's not as bad as you make it.
I don't agree with you, Bruce. I don't agree. Yeah.
So let's say. So Stefan in the goal is that far out of anything in goal.
Not with his
not the mistake he made. Because if you notice, in two other games, even the previous game with Liverpool,
I'm asking you. Is the gap far off? Listen.
Laddie, are you listening? The game, the last match, and I'm going to touch an important point. The last game that we played against, the game before this one, Edison made a similar mistake, but it didn't cost them. I was watching a highlight video with City, I think the night before last night, and I saw Edison made another mistake in another game. So, don't blame the mistake on City losing, or on the quality player, because anyone can make that mistake.
Dougie, all of them are quality. All of them
Dougie.
All of them
are quality.
Dougie.
All of them
is Stefan the same quality as Edison? That's what I'm asking. Is Stefan the same quality as Edison? That's what I'm asking. Is he the same quality?
Is Keita the same quality as Jordan?
No, I'm saying, is he the same? Come on, that means this girl.
Is Keita the same quality as Jordan Henderson?
No.
What I'm talking about, let's go back to it. is Stefan the same quality as Edison in goal?
No.
Simple question.
No.
No.
Okay.
But it's not far off. It's not far off.
So Dougie, so this season, this is the third encounter we are seeing between both teams, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The two first games, we can say Liverpool played their first 11 against City first 11, albeit Van Diaz missing in the second game.
Yeah.
We can say that.
Yeah.
And both games ended in a nil-all draw. Second game, City dominated Liverpool. First game was a bit tight and cagey, but in the game then reached 2-2.
2-2.
This game, because the gap between both teams are close, and the points still reflect 1 point between each.
The game before was
2-2.
Yeah.
But the game draw.
Yeah.
2-2.
Yeah. 2-2 and both.
But the gap between, but this match, right?
Yeah.
The game was over for the first half. Only one difference was made. Only one difference was in the team. City,
listen.
Simple.
And again, I can tell you this, laddie. If you notice, I think it was 2019. 2019, we played them at home, and we give them 4-1, and then we play them a week after in the Champions League, and we give them 2-1. Whenever Liverpool come out running and blazing, just anything can happen the day. City always can't find the answer, whether De Bruyne is there or is not. Whenever Liverpool come out pressing and blazing, City is in trouble, no matter who is playing.
Dougie. Liverpool played Benfica week before last, right?
Benfica, yeah.
The first game, what was the scoreline?
3-1.
First leg. Second leg, Liverpool made 6 changes. What was the scoreline?
3-3.
3-3, yeah. We drew.
So if Liverpool had played their first team, would they say a 3-3 second leg happening?
They probably would have lost.
Come on.
Bruce, hold on. Let me say something. Once a team in the Champions League. Hold on, Dougie. Once a team in the Champions League is fighting not to go out, anything can happen.
So why
Hold on, Bruce. Hold on. Look at Atletico. Look at Atletico Madrid. Perfect example. You watch the first leg, right? How much money would you have bet if that Atletico would come out like that in that second leg and treat Manchester City like that in the second half?
It was expected.
No, Bruce. You did not expect Manchester City to look like a relegation team in the second half.
It was expected.
Manchester City look like a relegation team.
No.
Like they were fighting for survival in the second half. The only reason why Atletico did not score was because Atletico was missing the goals. They look like a relegation team, Dougie. Right? Nobody expected Manchester City to get overrun in the second half like that. You're talking about physicality? We're not talking about physicality. We're talking about gameplay. Nobody expected Manchester City to get overrun like that with all of their best players on the pitch. In your description, nobody expected them to get overrun like that. You can't say it's a Champions League. Benfica knocked out the team that was second favorite to win. Benfica knocked out Ajax, second favorite.
Let me tell you.
Why they clap versus players?
Because he made a decision. Why the rest is based on the first leg? Hold on. Based on the first leg. He decided to rest his players based on the first leg.
Why the clap versus players, Dougie? Why the clap versus players? Benfica.
No, break it up. What's that? Come again?
Why the club versus play against Benfica?
Because we think we've gone through and we wanted the FA Cup. We think the FA Cup was a big, more important match in the context.
But based on your first leg, Bruce,
in the context,
City should have rested players too because it was totally dominant.
But
it's football, Bruce.
Dougie, I think
that shot on target.
Dougie, you say that City should have rested the player against Atletico leading 1-0. What? You agree with that?
Bruce.
No, you're not. Him couldn't do that. In the context, he could arrest these players.
Was totally dominant. Totally. Atletico didn't get a shot on target. They were just defending.
He could arrest his players in the Atletico game.
Hold on, Dougie. Hold on. I'm talking about Hold on, I'm talking about pattern of play right now. Based off the pattern of play. Hold on, because Bruce is not looking at the fact that football is football, Dougie. Right? So football is of the nature where a Brighton, Dougie, a Brighton that you're supposed to beat on paper can come out on the day and beat a 3-0 comprehensively. That's football, Dougie.
Yeah.
Right? That's why we love it. You don't know what can happen when a team is motivated. That's why relegation teams pull off the greatest upsets. Right? Because of that, Bruce, right?
You're saying
Klopp did not only assume, you know, that they were going to, you know, he assumed that the players that he put on in place of Van Dijk had the quality to bring them through it too, because he knew Benfica was going to come back. He had to know that Benfica was coming out fighting. He had to expect it.
Hold on, stick up his right? So you're saying that Liverpool City, as well for clarity, you're saying that City should have rested the players again.
No, I'm saying City. Hold on, City have enough quality to rest players. 1, 2.
Of course.
City, based off the first leg, were so dominant that he could have considered it.
Hey, laddie.
He was so dominant,
Hey, Dougie, City leading 1-0 with Atletico in the Champions League first leg, and this man is coming and perform now.
No, I'm not saying that.
City should have rested his players.
I'm saying he could have, Bruce. I'm saying that he could have. Dougie. I'm saying that he could have, Dougie. Just like how Klopp. So you're saying. So we're saying then, right? Klopp's Liverpool 3-1 advantage, right? Benfica, knowing that they're going to be out, Klopp didn't expect Benfica to come at them. But Klopp had the faith in his players. That's what Klopp had faith.
No. The context, Bully. Chris, the context, you know. The context. You have to reason the context. But Liverpool, and you can't compare City and Liverpool games. You can't compare those two games. Because one, Liverpool, you have to say them already gone through with Benfica game. City, on the other hand, had a 1-0 aggregate. That means Pep would have to go to Madrid and play a full strength team in order to overthrow Madrid. Liverpool different. Liverpool already have a 3-1 aggregate. You know what I mean? Playing at Anfield. So we could have been able to feed a B team then. You know what I mean?
So you're saying that you expect that Atletico to be of such power that they would have given City such a challenge.
Of course.
Right? Because what I saw was the whole world being shocked at how Atletico cheated Manchester City. Nobody expected.
Of course, no.
They're not particularly well in the league.
No. They came to City to defend. But they would have known that they would be at home in a week after. And they're gonna come at you.
Yeah, but I don't see perfectly clear why, right? He's saying that Pep couldn't rest players. I don't see. Let's say you don't. No, let's say you don't rest De Bruyne. Let's say you don't rest De Bruyne. Let's say you don't rest De Bruyne. No. Don't rest De Bruyne. Hold on, don't rest De Bruyne. He couldn't rest Mahrez. I put Foden. You said Foden is so bad.
Mahrez, fine.
He couldn't rest Mahrez.
Like.
So Dougie, so we get into the meat of the matter now, right?
Yeah.
Was Edison tired? Why did he rest Edison? Was it this decision?
No, it could be mental. It could be mentality. It could be anything.
It was just a decision. You can't say Edison is tired. It's just a decision. He's sticking with Stephen because Stephen is the cupkeeper. That's his decision.
I said 7 changes, Chris.
Don't matter. City always making 6-7 changes, Bruce. That's the length of the squad, Bruce. End
of this season. What will City be judged by?
They'll be judged by the Champions League.
So we're talking about wrestling player Champions League. That makes no sense then.
No,
If
I'm
they look at
saying
the cup,
no.
Really.
My main problem with what you're saying is that you are making a bid for Pep to fall and when he fails. I don't like that. Pep has no bet to fall and when he fails. He just falls, brother. He falls, brother. When he falls, he just falls. When Pep when he loses a game, when something goes on right, you make a bet for him to fall on. If Klopp makes a mistake, Klopp just makes the mistake and he falls on the ground. But Pep, you give him a bed. No. He cannot say he doesn't have enough quality. He cannot say if Ruben Diaz is injured, his centre back his defense is no good. That's garbage. That's garbage for a guy who spent almost $500 million on defense. That's garbage.
Yeah, Pep had quality.
He has players. That's what I'm saying. You can't not because he doesn't choose to play these players. Not because he doesn't play them doesn't mean that you have done.
What I'm saying. City. There's no team in the world, a Team City, no team in the world, Dougie, a Team City, let me clarify this, have 22 players equal quality. No team in the world have 22 players equal quality.
But City come the closest. City come the
closest. No.
City come the closest, Bruce. Which team is closer than City? We see
Chelsea, who's squad?
They've been doing it.
The same quality.
They've been doing it.
As Kovacic.
Chelsea been doing it.
Come on. Rubbish.
Dougie. Right now, for argument's sake, right? City, even though you can say that has scored about 15. Argument about 15. Tell it about 15. You look at the squad 15. And they're always in the squad.
15 good players at City, Bruce. Hold on. 15. Stop right there. Stop. Mahrez, Sterling, Foden, Grealish, let's see, Jesus, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz, Edison, Laporte, Kyle Walker, Stones, Fernandinho. I'm sure I have to pass 15. You can't say 15 quality players. You have a lot of players. You have a lot of players. Don't do that. You have a lot of players.
Let me kill the notion, right? What's
still you have a lot of players.
They're placed with wingers, right? But in average, the squad is playing week in, week out, about 16 players, 15, 16 players. The squad, every team. Chelsea probably have more centre half and midfield anybody else in the league, right?
We play 3 at the back, Bruce. We play 3 at the back.
I hear this championship play 3 at the back, but I'm saying that defenders.
No, but City play 2 at the back, and they have the same amount as the same amount of defenders like us. Don't do that.
No. They have 4 in the back. Calm down.
City have 4 centre back, more centre back I have.
Yeah, about 6 or 7. Anyway,
we have Rudiger, Christensen, Thiago Silva. Who else? Chalobah. 4. Just like you. What you gonna say now?
More than 4, man. But anyway.
Who?
Anyway.
We're asking you as a right back. Who you going to say? I'm going to say City.
I'm just saying.
Right, so even that 4,
you have the biggest squad, yeah? Laddie, you have the biggest squad.
Nah. Hey, Dougie, over here, one price, I said, boy, it price, but in the quality team, they have 16
Bruce, you have the most quality, Bruce.
No,
you have too much quality, bro.
No.
Bruce, Liverpool is just trying now to catch you up with quality.
Liverpool have the same
because in years before,
I even said it before when I said it to you that why we can know say we can go for even though we're ambitious we go for the 4 trophies this season is down to the depth we have in squad. That's what City had previously. That's why they could be taunted as history creators. You know what I mean? Yeah. People expected them to do the 4. God, them have the team to do it. They have the team to do it.
Dougie. Truth is, reality. Let's get reality. Let's not be too.
No, it's not.
Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Manchester United, the 4 biggest clubs in England, best squads in England. Right?
Yes.
Can compete competitive above the other 16 team in the league. Yeah?
Yes, Bruce. But cap on the other 11. Hold on. When cap into the first Champions League final, you only had 11.
Hold on.
Just at 11. And then after that, he probably get a little bit more.
Dougie,
And not even 11. They had 10 players because Karius was no good. Not back 9 because Lovren was no good.
Hey,
they have 9 players when Klopp brought them to the first Champions League final. And they brought 2 players to make the 11.
First thing when our main centre back injured as water drip on him.
Exactly.
Used to Keita injured. Axley, the whole team, bro, injury prone. We had people like, bro, last year we had people like what's his name, Minimino coming off the bench.
Yeah, I tell them, you can't do that. When you make change, of Grealish come on,
yes,
and Foden.
Come
on, Bruce. Remember, say Aguero.
Yeah, put on third in Grealish. Yeah, put on
this is Aguero for no Bruce.
Bro,
Bruce,
remember before, Jesus, when Aguero was there, Jesus coming off the bench scoring more goals than Firmino.
Come on, you.
Coming off the bench.
They have Sane before that. Come on, Bruce, man.
Right now.
Be fair, man.
Let's be fair. Right now, Dougie. What I'm saying, Dougie, right?
Yeah.
Let's put the underperforming Chelsea one side. They should not be underperforming that bad, right?
Yeah.
2 teams.
Don't disrespect my team, Bruce. Don't disrespect my team.
Dougie.
I have 66 games to play this season. I play 63. Don't disrespect my team, but underperforming.
Underperforming the league. Dougie, the 2 teams, what I'm saying, Dougie, what I'm saying at Liverpool, whether I want to say one spend 100 million or 100 million, the 2 squads are very close at the current moment.
Yeah. We're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there.
They are catching up. They're getting near to you.
And because, they're very close. Nobody getting near. They're very close, right?
They're getting near.
Right now, yeah. We're getting there. We're very close. It's the same thing.
Bruce, and it's because of Pep.
As a matter of fact, you could say in certain areas, right? You'll be a combined level, right?
Yeah.
You could argue, you may have 6 Liverpool and 5 City.
Yeah, because we got Tastas, we still. We still need another midfielder. We still need another man coming off the bench, coming out in the middle. We still need another.
Dougie, do you know what's the problem, Dougie? I go ask a question. I go ask a question, Bruce. Right? Go pin this question right now. Ask the question. Why is it Pep has not replaced Aguero, David Silva, and company?
Yeah,
why can't he replace those players? That is where you're losing the quality. That is where you're losing the quality. Because Pep has not replaced these players. He has not replaced Aguero.
Not true.
Because he wants to buy Harry Kane, but he has not replaced Aguero. He has not replaced David Silva. He cannot find a suitable replacement for Fernandes.
Let me answer that.
And this is fine. That is why you're saying you have no quality. Because you say don't choose to replace them.
You are fine. You said company be replaced.
By who?
Immediately, and the class a title.
By who?
The injured.
Yep.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Okay.
In terms of Bernardo, in terms of David Silva, not missing anymore. Foden and Bernardo Silva. Not missing anymore.
Foden compared to David Silva?
Bruce,
when David Silva was at Manchester City, De Bruyne wasn't the best player at Manchester City.
But no, he
was the best midfielder. David Silva was the best midfielder. So what De Bruyne is now may not be even as good as David Silva was for City.
What?
Right?
Calm down. Man, best in the world. Anyway, best in the world, Chris.
David Silva isn't there.
Chris, I'm saying, Chris, De Bruyne is best in the world. You're not Chris City right now. De Bruyne is the man. You know, miss David Silva right now. Aguero, they tried to replace him, but that's Pep decision. No problem about that.
But we might not quarrel about that. Then you can't complain about quality. Pep decided. He doesn't have a money problem. Pep is the richest. The Manchester City owner is the richest owner in the league. You can't see have a money problem. It's not like Liverpool, who their manager is the American owners. Pep is the richest man. The richest owner in the league.
No,
not anymore. He decides to go with a back 4 and everything. So you can't give Pep that. That's what I'm saying. Start giving Pep a bet to fall on. Right? Make him just drop because he's deciding these things. Then you say, oh, we don't have quality. No, he decides not to have the quality. He can buy the players.
Chris, calm down.
He wants stars. He wants just players who are scoring 40 goals already in the league and everything. Fine. Right? But don't say he can't buy any players. Right?
I
Don't
never
say he
said
can't
that.
buy any players.
No,
See,
boss.
now he's looking at
never.
Nkunku and he's looking at Haaland. Why?
Chris,
Because they're the ones that are scoring.
Hey,
Fine.
I never said you're not gonna buy any quality. I never said you can't buy any
No,
quality.
but last season he didn't.
No
the
team.
season when he didn't replace company, he decided not to also
Fine.
because he said. So I'm saying don't give him
no,
something
what
to
I'm saying, Chris, no team in the world have the same quality 11 and the bench 11 field. No team, not possible. No team in the world, that's it. No team, none at all. Yeah. So that's all my point about that one.
City is the closest. That's what I'm saying.
No, not that far. No, far from it. I don't know. I'll move on.
Hey man, just go on.
All right. More of Liverpool. But anyway, Sean Dyche sacking at Burnley. Does it make sense?
No. For me, that is for all right. So let's say the guy brought you up from how far he's bringing them from, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go back down, it's just the same problem with Leeds, right? I thought about Leeds. When they sacked Bielsa. Like Bielsa was there with them when they were in the championship. When they failed for promotion, he didn't jump ship and go to a Premier League club. He stayed, right? And I don't think it was fair for them to
I don't know what happened. Sorry about that.
I don't think it was fair for them to sack Sean Dyche. And then for somebody, like you get managers now, right? You get any other manager now, most likely they won't stick with you when they go down. But Sean Dyche is proven for 10 years that he will stick with this club. It's the same problem I have with Bielsa. So I cannot agree with a sacking like that at this time of the season when it looks almost certain that they're going to go down. Especially go down with the manager that's going to stay with you. Because it's 7 games left. What are you trying to do now? If you're going to sack him from January.
Yeah,
what are you trying to do now?
And you sack him when he's getting a little result.
Yeah. What you doing now?
That's like that last to Norwich, I think, was a nail in the coffin. Though.
Yeah, Bruce, but Burnley is like that, and then they just get some run, and then this is his squad, true and true. A manager at the club for 10 years, that's his squad, Bruce. Right? So you're getting another manager to come in now, you're trying to force them to play, that's his squad, bro.
Hey, so when you say that, Leeds obviously I think is working. They fired the manager, and we thought it was a surprise too. Say, boy, Bielsa was the man, but we see them, and automatically within the 4 game span, Leeds are up and about and looking to be safe. So couldn't that be a plan? Yesterday they were like about 10 minutes away, I think, from 3 points against West Ham. You think that effect they're trying could have an effect on Burnley too?
I'm not saying that they can't try something, right? But is it that if they go down? Right? And you have to be realistic. If they go down, who will stay? Who will stay? Will the manager that they get stay with them? Right? And a lot of clubs like these, they go down and they stay down. Right? And if they're going to stay down, which manager will stay with you? Right? Based off what is proven that had happened in the past. Right? Which manager will stay with you? Right? That's the first thing you have to look at.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if when they're hiring, this will come on the table. So a manager who is willing to go down with them and work with them back up will take the job. So I don't even think that's an issue, you know what I mean? Because these are the things they're gonna be talking about before they give someone a contract.
Yeah, but most managers normally put in clauses for them to leave, just like. Also, the players have clauses. So a lot of these players, like let's see, Ben Mee and all those players, that Tarkowski, that persons were looking at from before, they release clauses become very cheap and they're gone. So all of a sudden you have a squad that's not quality. So even if the manager wants to stay, the quality is not there, and the manager is going to start losing. And once he starts losing, they're going to sack him. So it's problem 101 again. So I'm saying it's best to stick with the guy that can motivate these players to actually stay and fight with the club than to get rid of him right now. That's my take.
All right. Let's see what happens. If they stay up, then they'll have a decision.
I wish they didn't fire him, but let's see. It's all up to it's there to be seen, So we'll know in due time.
Alright, I'm going to Liverpool, Dougie. I don't even want to ask this question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Can Liverpool stay on top for years like Manchester United?
For years, Liverpool. Well, we're in the process of buying what's his name, Cavalho, or from
From Fulham.
From Fulham. We have a pretty balanced squad. We have Castas. I think Castas is 23. We have 25 Jata. We have Diaz, probably 23. Trent is still young. We have Ibra, Kanate, young. Gomez, if he stays, even though I think he will leave. We have Curtis Jones. We have quality. We have youngsters who are real quality. Harvey Elliott. So and then we have guys coming out of the academy too that are really good. That striker, I forgot his name. That left foot striker, Garden, yeah, he's 18 or somewhere there. So I think with this squad, and I think Pep Ligna he's gonna take over after Klopp leaves in 2024. I think he's the one who will. A lot of people saying Gerrard, but I think he's the man that will get the job. So I am confident that we will be doing well.
You think Klopp is going to leave?
4 years.
You think Klopp will leave?
Anything is possible. You know, he's human.
Okay.
And he says he wants to give football a rest at 2024. So you'll never know. You know what I mean? So.
I get what you're saying. But I do see Liverpool being on top for a while, right? I don't know if they can emulate the long-term success of Manchester United if Klopp does leave. That's very tricky. That if Klopp leaves, because I think Klopp's type of play, and there are a few coaches in the world. I always talk about a few coaches in the world that basically infect players with their mentality, right? And I think Klopp is one of them. I think he's one of the best ones, right? You have Conte, you have Mourinho. Right, they infect the players with the mentality, so the players become like this winning mentality that they have, and I think Klopp embodies the mentality that is at Liverpool right now in the players.
Yeah, and I think that's his strength. I think that is his more strength rather than tactical.
Yes,
I think Klopp, his passion, his ability to reach players, and they said, you know what I mean. Even Allison says Klopp is more like a father than a coach to him. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be hard to replace Klopp. But that's why I say Pep is assistant. I think he's the best person to take over when Klopp.
No, but he lost the assistant before, which was Buvak. So I do believe that will be up for debate. I think Gerrard is a fine candidate for real because of not only just how he plays, not the legend, how his team plays is very close to Liverpool's high intensity type game, right? So because of that, I think Gerrard is very close, but it will be hard.
But I think they're gonna give Pep because even Klopp said he tips Pep to take over when he leaves his assistant. So,
so let me kill
Bruce,
it. Let me kill all the dreams. Let me kill all the dreams and aspirations. First of all, Liverpool not on top right now. One title in 7 years isn't going to be on top. But so we can't compare the Man U at the moment, right? We cannot compare Liverpool with Manchester United.
Let's not get into this discussion.
Hold on. Let's not. Anyway, next point though is that the league is not the same as when Manchester United was dominant the league.
The league is the same, Bruce. I tried to go over this video.
Hold on. Stick up in. So, Manchester United is still around. It's still a big club. Mm-hmm. Chelsea have more money now than before. And City was not around in that era when Man U dominated the league. Not only that too, but don't be surprised if in the next 3 years or so, you find that Newcastle become a fight for a top 4 place. Don't be surprised.
Yeah,
because it's the money that drives competitiveness as a team, right, Dougie? So therefore, money hard for Liverpool. It'll become harder. I'm saying it'll be harder for a team to replicate what Man U did in the 90s. It make them harder in this era.
Yeah, but Bruce, it wasn't only money that Manchester United. Ferguson was a very good coach. 1, 2, Bruce. I always tell you, the league has been the same. More points, better players, right? But Manchester United, Arsenal was on top, right? Both of them were on top at one point. Liverpool, Chelsea was always there about. Then Chelsea came in the mix and they started to give trouble, right? So Chelsea and Manchester United were on top.
Money came in the mix.
No, hold on. What I'm trying to show you is 2 teams are always on top in the Premier League era. And 2 other teams are following, right? But 2 teams are always on top. So now it's Manchester City and Liverpool, right? Within the period when Manchester City first. Yeah, before within the first hold on, Bruce. Within the period when Manchester City came to prominence, after Manchester City won their first title, right? It was Manchester City and Chelsea for that period that were the 2 top teams. They were the ones who were winning the leagues, right? They were the 2 big teams, right? So if you look back at it, most times it's 2 teams on top, 2 teams trying to catch up with them, and then the others are beneath, right? That's what's happening, right? So maybe what you can say is maybe Newcastle become the 5th variable, which is the 15 now that's giving trouble. Or what might happen is, like Arsenal, Manchester United just waste away, right? And become one of those teams that maybe do something. Like Arsenal now is a maybe team. You're not sure. They maybe do it, they maybe won't. But it's a maybe team, right? They're not a team that you bank on, like you bank on a Liverpool. Like right now, if Dougie had Arsenal to play in the FA Cup final, right? You would see Dougie with the trophy in his lap right now because he'll be so confident because Arsenal's a maybe team.
It's the same thing.
All right, so no, Dougie, the same thing. Dougie. Let's stick up in Dougie and look on the facts, right? Between 1992 to 2003, right?
Yeah.
In Man U dominated the league, right? Between that period, 3 teams won the league within that period. One title, yeah? Man U won most of the time, Arsenal win 2 titles. So Man U were dominating the league. Look at the era since that dominance now, right? Chelsea won a title since then. Liverpool won a title since then. City won a title since then. And Man U won since that era.
Yeah, but no. Bro, but you're putting big gaps because City winning a title. City did not win a title from 2002 to 2012. City won a title 2012.
Yes.
That's 10 years.
Yes.
That's not a short period of time.
What I'm saying, Chris. We are in 10 years span. So within the whole 90s period, 2003, see? Before Chelsea come and win the title, only 3 teams won the title before that. That long era, period of time. Blackburn win 1 title, and Man U Arsenal fighting the title every year.
Okay.
But the final is that we can say realistically now, next season, Man U, Chelsea should be competing for that next season.
Man U is not in it.
Man U can compete, Dougie. They can compete if they choose to. I'm the right manager, right? So when you find that it becomes harder now for a team to be that dominant, hence why you have to give Pep some credit for being this dominant.
No, Pep came in the league when the league was in transition, right? Liverpool was ascending, right? Chelsea changed managers. Because remember, the first season he came, he didn't win anything. So he had this team. He had this team that was already set up to win, while Liverpool had changed managers. Pep now is building his team. So now what you can do is judge Liverpool and say, look, when Liverpool have a squad like Pep inherited, which is now Liverpool is where Pep inherited his squad, right? No, Liverpool are more dangerous than City right now. That's what you're saying, right? Another thing is Pep does not seem to be competent enough to replace the spine of Manchester City. It doesn't seem, I'm not saying that he isn't, but it doesn't seem that way. Because he can't replace these 4 players that I pointed out to you from before. He hasn't replaced them successfully yet, right? Yeah. And now you can see the team that you said was bashing teams 5-0 and 6-0 one time of the season is now beating them 2-0, right?
I love how the conversation keeps coming back to Liverpool and Manchester.
Yeah.
I love it.
But let's talk Manu a bit. Manu. Rio Ferdinand said the last 10 years, Man U will make one proper signing. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I think
Who's that?
Who is he signing for?
Well, I wouldn't say it's Fernando.
Who is
I wouldn't say it's Bruno. Fernandez, sorry. I would say it's Ronaldo. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's Bruno. But jokes aside, Manchester United is never my team, never been. But I really hats off to Ronaldo and what he has been doing over the past years. You know what I mean? I really like that guy as a player. He's the Messi and Ronaldo comparison. I give it to Ronaldo. You know what I mean? So I have utmost respect and love and admiration for the way he plays and his professionalism. So yeah, I think that signing is Ronaldo coming back, the prodigal son.
But Dougie, for me, I think the player that he was pointing to was Bruno Fernandes, right?
Yeah, I know. I was being cheeky.
But if you look at it, right, Bruno Fernandes is probably the only signing that really came into Manchester United and played, right?
Yeah.
Value for money. Bruno Fernandes, they bought him for 60 million. Is the only player that was value for money.
Yeah, man. At one point
in this whole period, he's the only player. All of them other ones that came that was expensive, they weren't value for money.
He was bringing. At one point, he was bringing the team on his back. So,
the whole team. That's why they came second. There was a whole team. He had 60 goals he had 60 goals assists in 60 games. Right?
Sure.
So his statement is not wrong. It's one signing for real. And if you were to build the team around the player right now, it's hard to see you building a team around Harry Maguire and not Bruno Fernandes based off what Bruno Fernandes had proven that he can do, right? And what Harry Maguire does.
Yeah.
Even Varian comes into the system and he doesn't look good.
Yeah. But bro,
Chris,
the thing is, I think he has a lot to do with coaching too. You know? Yeah, I think the coaches, a lot of them.
Dougie, they signed Di Maria. They signed Di Maria in a 10-year period.
Yeah.
And he has gone on to look good and play some good football.
It's the coaches.
Yeah?
A lot has to do with the coaches.
Yeah. So a lot of it, I think, is that the coaching have to do with the coach.
Yeah, but the coach recruits the players.
When he goes to France,
Ibrahimovic came for free. Ibrahimovic was free. It wasn't that bad. Ibrahimovic played well.
Ibrahimovic will play.
He was free.
Yeah.
He was
You have some good. They had some good signings, but I think it's just the coach.
No, but I'm saying where I think he was coming from was from a squad perspective in terms of building a squad. All right, it's just like Klopp got Diaz, and then Klopp got Jota, and then Klopp got Thiago, and then Klopp got certain players. Naby Keita. So he's building a puzzle. He's putting together a puzzle.
The coach.
Right? But when you look at the players that Manchester United have, right, especially with Ole, right, the players that Ole bought, all of them were just bang mediocre.
Hey,
right?
Chris.
All of them were mediocre.
Not of our players were average players, you know. A lot of our players we had, you know.
No, but then they didn't improve. Chris, under the coaches, they're not improving.
Chris,
yeah, it's a coach problem.
Even Zaha was in a 10-year span, the boss. So as because Zaha is playing well in the league since he had left.
But Manchester United was not patient with Zaha. That's a different case.
But it was a bad signing. It was a bad signing.
No, hold on. It was a bad signing for Manchester. No, it was a bad signing for Manchester United in terms of building the club for the future. Success. It's a long-term success that they're talking about because you're saying over a 10-year period, the signings that you make will determine where you are today, right? Because those players that started that era would be the senior players today, right? Right. So if you have all these players, the only players that are on Manchester United team that are of the quality to get into Liverpool or maybe City's team is maybe De Gea or Bruno Fernandes. It's the only two players that can maybe push in. Maybe you can stick them in somewhere.
Truth is, Chris.
You understand, Dougie? The only two players that maybe Ronaldo, of course, but I'm talking about players that can now go on to achieve more. It's the only two players that can maybe stick into those teams and say, okay, these players, we stick them in these positions.
Yeah, and you see, one of United's big problem is that with their gamble, I think they gave the wrong coach time.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true. Bruce is not a fan of Mourinho, but I'm sure if all of the managers, one of them wins some titles, you give the one who win the titles time.
Yeah, you have
right?
to. Clap. When Clap came up, Clap used to rejoice over John, man. When Clap just came to Liverpool, Clap Jah with a team like Brighton, and it comes like a win in a bridge. So you just have to give your coach time, man. We can build him fast. Because worse, you're coming out of a giant like Alex Ferguson. You know what I mean? So you
exactly. And I tell him all the time, Alex Ferguson did help them. Alex Ferguson left them to die.
It's something more real is being a Manchester United fan. It was being emotional. And sometimes it's like look here. Dougie, we're just very sorry, right? You know, say in 2012, 2013 season, that's almost 9 years ago. So this is 2012, right?
Yeah.
They signed Van Persie.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that he has been emotional because they're losing so much now. It's like you forget. That
Bruce, Van Persie was not a long term. Bruce.
He'll be emotional. He said only one big signing since then.
But Bruce, Van Persie. Bruce, Van Persie was not a long-term signing, Bruce.
Yeah.
You know a big problem for Manchester United too? They are still trying to live in Fergie's shadow.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Move on.
But you have to move on. There comes a time when you have to cut ties. You have to cut ties.
And
But Dougie, Van Persie was not a long-term signing.
No,
was not.
He was good.
He did well. Right? Van Persie was like Ronaldo. You know he wasn't going to be there long. Right? We're talking about, and I think where he's coming from was the long-term.
No. He said not 10 years. 10 years.
All right. Case in point, right? Manchester United have money. Chelsea have money. City have money. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. Now, while Manchester United bought Van Persie and all these players, Chelsea bought Hazard when he was young. They bought Mata. They bought Oscar. They bought Willian. Right? City bought Fernandinho. Right? There was Aguero.
Young.
Right? So you have all. So you look at now the players that became Manchester City's spine.
Sterling, Young.
So look at Manchester City's spine.
Aguero,
Sterling, Fernandinho.
That's a big point.
De Bruyne. All of these players that became the spine of this team over this 10-year period was bought while Manchester United were buying those players.
It all come back to bad management.
So what happened now? Because management, Dougie. Because they were signed 10 years ago still. They
has lasted through the period post-Ferguson.
Look into it. What Bully is saying, I have a big point, but it still come back to management. Them buy Sanchez. Them buy even Sanchez, or them buy from Arsenal. Them should have buy Sanchez. Them
exactly.
You know, so them.
That's a patch. That's a patch. That's a patch, and they haven't figured out that that's a patch.
Is that Ajax City?
Dougie, you remember when
Ajax City?
What did I say to you about Lukaku? I said I don't want Lukaku. Why? Lukaku is too old for him to come and fail. I can't get back no money to go and buy another player. I have to take out another money now to buy somebody. I don't want Lukaku. Right? So for me, if I am a club like Manchester United, I have to think that look, I want the best young players around Europe. But guess who was doing that?
You can't
no. Guess who was doing that? Manchester City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Those were the teams that were getting the best young players.
No, Jata wasn't one of the best young players. We developed players too, no.
Calm down.
No, true.
No.
Hold on, Dougie. Remove Liverpool from the equation.
Dougie.
Manchester and Chelsea.
Hold on.
Let's say before you came on the scene, Dougie, right? before your team came on the scene, before Liverpool came on the scene, Manchester City and Chelsea were scraping up all the young players around Europe. Right? Which teams were on top when your team came on the scene?
No, not City.
Chelsea and City were the two teams between 2012
City, man.
and
City fight for Sterling from with two, no, man.
No, yeah, I'm saying they scrape up all the young talent.
Yeah.
Right? So now, when you look in the Premier League, between 2015 and 2017, let's say Leicester was a one-off, right? Only Chelsea and Manchester City won the title, you know. Right? And those young players matured. Manchester United don't get any money out of player sales anymore because they're not selling anybody for no obscene amount of money. Right? Like when we offloaded Hazard, they're not getting in the young players like we go out and get Kai Havertz and bring him into the club. Right? So they're not doing anything. They're getting old players that are going to leave in 2 years and think the problem is fixed. Manchester City is the same thing. Manchester City get these good young players and keep them and build them and they become the heart of the team.
So what happened to Man U is that I'm not saying they don't buy old players, but big teams they buy big teams and old buy really dumb players.
Yeah, but you have to have a mix, Bruce. You have to have a mix.
They do have a mix. They do have a mix.
Yeah, we just buy Thiago, but you have to have Thiago. Did you know Thiago is just a quick fix?
Exactly.
Dougie. Yeah, so buy Van Dijk, a big man buy Van Dijk. You need random players. You buy Alisson, a big keeper. But I'm saying
Van Dijk is not old enough.
Van Dijk is still young, man. When we get Van Dijk like 24 or so.
25, a big man of football. A big man of football.
No, for a defender, no really.
Van Dijk, no, he will approve the league. I'm saying Dougie.
But you get Van Dijk.
Man, you do buy young players. So look here, when they buy Martial, he was very young. That's a workout. When they buy Luke Shaw, he was very young.
Yeah, but it's a process, Bruce. It's a process.
It does not work out.
Bruce,
a workout.
You have to know it's a process. It's a process. If you're a big team, you know it's a process. Send him out on loan, get the wages off the bill, right? And then get another player to come in. It's a process, Bruce. It's a process with football. Christensen is Chelsea's centre-back now. Christensen went to Mönchengladbach and went all over the place. It's a process. Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount, all of them went on loan. No, what I'm saying is, Bruce, but Bruce, it's a process, Bruce. Young players, no, Bruce, young players. Don't look at Manchester City. No, hold on.
Chelsea don't play that world.
Hold on, let us remove Chelsea. Let us remove Chelsea then. When Manchester City came on the scene, Dougie, and they were trying to become successful and relevant, they bought every player that once a year they name and they're making some wins in Europe. Manchester City was interested. That's how Manchester City started. They bought Mangala, they bought Otamendi, they bought all of those centre backs, you know, right? And when they see that they're not good, they send them off to another team. That's how Manchester City operates. Dougie. Fernandinho, they got Fernandinho and they got fined for financial fair play for Fernandinho. 33 million. 33 million for Fernandinho, Bruce, right? And they got fined for financial fair play. Now, Fernandinho is the same Fernandinho that we're talking about now, Dougie. And they get fined 5 million. Once you're building your team, Dougie, you have to try, and if this player don't work out, get him through the door. What Manchester United did, they kept all of them. They kept all of them there, backing them up. So, Martial wasn't working out, they didn't loan him. Then they get Rashford, him not working out, they don't loan him. Then they get another player, he's not working out, they don't loan him. All right.
Well, Rashford
no, but I'm saying, yes, but big Manchester United. Are you telling me that you want to rely on Mason Greenwood and Rashford to win you the Champions League? That don't make no sense.
Why
After
not?
2 seasons, you must get somebody to rely on now, because I'm sure they're not going to win it by themselves. They need somebody to learn from.
No, you have to develop. So why not? Why not?
No, you can develop, Dougie. You can develop them, you know. It's just, all right. It's just like you.
United, Reggie, United, I will tell you, it's a coaching thing. Because United have a very, very good squad. Because when you look at players like Rashford, Martial, good player, quality player.
He was.
Fernandez, Paul Pogba, quality. You have quality players, you know. David De Gea, proven
Big keeper.
time and time again.
True.
It's not a lack of quality, bro. I think it's just the whole football culture around United now. They're holding on to Ferguson era, and that
No, they're holding on to the attacking mentality.
So
attacking mentality. They want attacking football.
They can get attacking.
No.
There's not a
They
problem
can
with
play
that.
attacking football, but there are not
There's
many
not a
attacking
problem with
managers
that,
in the world
But
as
you
good as
can't
Pep.
you can't mirror a Fergie. Just like he said it in several times. Oli says we have to go back to Manchester United, what we were.
Roots.
We have to play
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Manchester United.
And
we have to
they
do
move
like
on.
Manchester.
That's true.
Bro, you have
Big
to
point.
move on.
Move
You
on.
have to
That is
move
true.
on.
That is true.
And Dougie, he's still having in who come and who coach.
Who
And still
coach.
change. And who come back training ground and
Yeah.
move on, man.
Move on.
That's true.
No, which is true still.
That's true.
That is true. But I still will look at it and say, right, post Ferguson, right, Manchester United, yes, they have had good players, but if you compare them to the teams that they are going up against in the league, right, Rashford cannot be the player that you rely on. All right, look at it. You had Wayne Rooney before as the go-to for, right?
A young player.
Makeda and
Yeah.
Chicharito
Young
and
player.
all of them. Hold on, but Makeda and Chicharito and all of them, you know, they came off the bench. But Wayne Rooney was the man,
Yeah.
right? Who is the man during that period?
Yo,
Not
that
Ronaldo.
is a
Who is the man?
Bro, it's a rebuilding.
No,
Yeah.
United,
which is
let
what
me
I'm
tell you,
saying.
the
So
United's
they take too long to
problem.
figure out that.
Hey, Bully. United's problem is not right now winning the league in and out. United's problem is I know them not start rebuild. I
Exactly.
know they don't have a vision.
Because they want to win
Management,
now. They want to win
Management.
now. No, they want to win now.
Management.
Since Ferguson left.
That's why they buy
No,
Cavani. That's why
since
they buy
Fergie left,
Ronaldo.
Bruce.
You can't just win now. You have to trust
No,
the process.
but
You have to
that's
trust
what they
the
want.
process. You have to rebuild.
Why do you buy a quick fix? Why do you buy a quick fix? You buy the quick fix to win now. So they keep buying the quick fixes to win now, thinking they can win now, and they can't win now. That's why they buy the quick fix players now. Because they buy Ronaldo
but you
now
have
to
to
do
trust
what?
the process. You have to trust it. That's why they buy Cavani. That's why they buy those. You have to go
Exactly.
through that
Hey,
period.
Exactly.
Where you
Dougie.
Oh.
Only Chelsea can bring a manager and they win the same time.
Yeah.
They win the league same time.
Yeah.
So everybody have take time.
You know why? Dougie?
But
You know why Chelsea can do
Everybody
that?
take time.
But listen to me.
When they take 1 year, 2 years, everybody at the same time.
Chelsea went through the same thing, you know. But guess what Chelsea
course.
do now? They went through the same thing. But guess what Chelsea do now? You see the way them buy, the way them buy, very
We
smart,
know.
man. Very smart.
Exactly.
They're winning.
Hey, have to buy Bruce.
But
Dougie.
United are failed across. They are failed with management, them coaching system. That's why I say rebuild not necessarily mean just players, you know. It mean the whole culture, the whole thing,
Structure,
the whole
whole
mindset
structure.
of the whole club. It mean fan who is the management for fan base. It mean every single thing, every single ins and outs. In order for growth, you have to create an environment for growth. You know what I mean?
But Dougie,
And
look
that
at
is not
that's
at
what
United right now. Players are fight, coach, players coming back trying to rule.
Winning mentality, Dougie.
Yo, it's just,
You know in charge.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just all over the
Question
place.
let me ask now, Dougie. Winning mentality, Dougie.
Yeah.
Winning mentality, right? At Chelsea, right? There was John Terry, there was Branislav Ivanovic, all these players at Chelsea with the winning mentality, right? Manchester United, and this is why I attribute a lot of the problems Manchester United having to Ferguson. When Ferguson left, right, all the players, most of them left within a season, right? So nobody was there to learn the mentality, because if you all right, let's just look at Liverpool and mirror it. Liverpool have Joe Gomez. When Van Dijk leaves, Gomez is next in line, so he will have the mentality to carry on. When Henderson leaves, he has Harvey Elliott to carry on the mentality that he would learn from Henderson, right? Who will learn the mentality at Manchester United, and who will they learn it from? When there are no players there with said mentality. With the winning mentality that the club has. It wasn't taught. All right. Terry, you know.
Sorry about that.
Terry, yeah, man. So there's no player at Manchester United, Dougie, with the winning mentality. Because if Gomez leaves, if Van Dijk leaves, Gomez has it. Gomez has learned from Van Dijk what it means to win. If Henderson leaves, Harvey Elliott gets it from Henderson, right? So it's being taught down the line, right? You can see a continuation. When Ferguson left, all the players left with Ferguson. Scholes left, Ferdinand left, Vidic left, all of them left with Ferguson one time. So nobody was there to teach. At Chelsea, there was Terry, and Terry taught Cahill, and Cahill taught Aspilicueta, and the mentality comes down the line. Who is there at Manchester United right now to teach that mentality?
That's why I say it's a holistic thing. The problem is holistic. That again, the transition was poor. So it's a holistic thing. Whether you know what I mean, we just have to their fans just have to just accept it until they find a way to make the culture different, the mindset of the club, and look at this problem holistically. Then them are go always another problem. Them could have hired they hired Jose Mourinho, and him win trophy all over the world. You know what I mean? They know Messi like them. I get Ten Hag, the new coach.
Eric Ten Hag, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, man.
Let's see. You know what I mean? Let's see.
Yeah, but will they give Ten Hag the time? Right? That's the same thing. Will they give Ten Hag the time? Because look, Ten Hag has rose many stars. Like even Ziyech left. Dude, the guy went out and he found Antonio for Brazil. Right? So, you know, Anthony. Right? So he has the capability to build a decent squad. And before they got knocked out, they were the second favorite team to win the Champions League. Sebastian Haller went under his
second favorite.
Yeah, man, they were the second favorite. Odds on before they got knocked out. When the group stage started, they had a higher odds than Liverpool to win the Champions League. Seriously.
Yeah, United will be back, you know. United will be back, you know.
It will take time. It will take a lot of time for United.
We just hope for their sake, take 30 years. You know what I mean? But they will be back.
That is true. They might come back.
Yeah, but they will be back.
I talk about United. There's a United player I mentioned earlier, Rooney. It's official now they have been relegated to the champ. The team are relegated today, as of today. They lost today. So what next? Let's see for Rooney next. I mean, as a coach, that is.
Yeah. Well, I heard. Which team offered him a job? Was it Everton? And
Everton. He
not ready for the Premier League. So I guess that's honesty, and that's good for him. You know what I mean? So I think he can get any team in the second division and work his way up. You know what I mean? Do like Qatar or go Scotland or somewhere else where it's not. You know, because the Premier League is hot and competitive, and it can make you and it can break you. So just trust your process. Yeah, and that's he looks like he knows what he's about, and that's good.
That's true. That's so true. I agree 100%. Best you go to Scotland like Brendan Rodgers did and win some titles and come back.
Prove yourself somewhere else and then.
Yeah. I mean, he did the truth is right, and we can say it. He called the same derby as a Lampard did, and you look at the two different situations. I mean, he was working with a kind of shoestring budget. Players playing for free, pretty much. Like what left can't stand a player, and he was very competitive. And if you look,
Lampard.
Wayne Rooney.
Oh, Wayne Rooney. Oh.
And look at it. Look at his goal difference right now. It's up there with the top teams in the league. I mean, so they have
it was. If it wasn't the points deduction and everything, they would have been safe.
Safe, despite having You know?
Because to come so close, because he even passed one team, so to come so close by getting so many points. Just for getting so many.
Question. What kind of game Lampard plays? Anybody know his playing style?
Ask Chelsea, boy. Ask Chelsea, boy.
He plays attacking football, but you know, he needs a preseason.
Okay. The reason why I ask, you know, I'm not straying from the point, you know, the reason why I ask, I think he's failing as a coach. And I think the reason why he's failing, he should have started from somewhere before he took that Chelsea job. Yes, he made the Champions League. Hold on, let me finish.
No, he went to he was at Derby, you know. He was at Derby before, you know.
Yeah, but you have to just like Xavi. Xavi was where? China or somewhere there.
No, Dubai.
And he got the job, the Barca job, and he said
first time he turned down.
They're not winning any titles yet, but they're playing good football.
Yeah, but with Lampard's situation, Lampard came in and he helped us out of a very rough period, really, because remember we had just gotten back from signing players.
I think it was youthful exuberance why you guys went to the top.
No. It wasn't really. No, but look at it. Remember, you know. Yeah, but remember Chelsea got banned from signing players. So,
yeah, I remember.
So because of that, other managers
before.
I think it was just Chelsea being Chelsea and being hungry for Champions League spot. Why they make it rather than the tactical aspect of Lampard, because I don't see.
Yeah, but I do think they played well under Lampard though. For the first season, they played well. Second season,
that's what I'm saying.
Second season, no. What I'm saying. The second season, do you know? I go point out something to you. Lampard and Tuchel had the same period of rough games or rough results, right? In December, the same period. But Lampard got sacked after losing. Remember, you know, before we lost to Arsenal, we were second in the league, you know. Lampard took almost half a season to figure out his best 11. You don't want worse than that. That's atrocious, bro. He took almost so does Pep know his best 11? Hold on. Does Pep know his best 11?
These players, the Havertz, the Thiago Silva, these are not Tuchel's players. None of these players.
Yeah, but remember, no. Kai Havertz that we're looking at this season. Havertz that we're looking at this season. Havertz that we're seeing now as acclimatized to the Premier League. Remember, that was his first season, so he needed time to adapt.
Who needed time?
Havertz. They said, no, he said it. He said it, you know. Both of them said.
Bro, when Tuchel came, these guys were firing. I mean,
that's true.
But Dougie,
you can't hide from truth, bro. That's
true.
Defensive.
Same time.
I do agree with you, but defensive football, right, is easier to set up and play than attacking football. We have to agree with that. The biggest mistake, defensive football is easier to set up and play than attacking football. That's why there are many more defensive coaches than attacking coaches.
Me go show you. So, Liverpool plays a very high line, and I remember seeing a starting lineup that Lampard put out there with Giroud. Very slow. Very slow. He had Werner, he had Tammy Abraham, he had all of those guys who were guys.
But I can just give you a tactical idea.
That I can identify.
Hold on. Giroud would be more likely to hold up the ball than Timo Werner against Van Dijk.
You don't really need. You don't really need the ball. Bro. You don't need guys to hold up.
Hold on. You kick out the run now.
No. You can't play a running game with Van Dijk. That won't work.
Liverpool back line.
Van Dijk, that won't work. No, with Van Dijk, that won't work. If it was Matip, and Matip isn't slow either. If it was...
Bully, you don't need guys to hold up the ball against.
No.
Liverpool.
No, I'm saying if it was
You need that
Canote,
running in behind.
yes. If it was Lovren, I would have understand. Van Dijk
No,
is very
Van Dijk.
fast, bro.
Same Van- no,
you can't
same
try
way.
running game with Van Dijk. Most
Same
defenders
way,
don't
same
want
way.
to run at Van Dijk. They
Same
rather
way,
him
Chris.
back off. If you notice, no defender tries to go at Van Dijk. Van Dijk is very fast, bro. He's just
Hey,
going to
let me
step
beat him.
across and put out his hand. You can't pass him. He's very fast.
So you're going to beat him.
So even though Timo
So, Chris.
Werner can run, you don't want to play running game with Van Dijk. You want somebody to hold up the play so you can spread the play with Van Dijk.
Chris.
You can't
Alright.
try hold up the play against Van Dijk.
Chris.
You can't try run at Van Dijk. No,
Let
bro.
me stick a pin.
I won't agree with you running at Van Dijk.
Hold on.
That's not going to help you with Van Dijk.
All right, Chris.
Right?
Don't give me your point. Liverpool be an eye line, Chris, right?
Mm-hmm.
The wing backs are very high. Van Dijk is one person. It's hard for one person to cover all the acres of the back line.
No, bro.
Hold on,
Van Dijk is the problem, bro. Yo,
hold on.
Van Dijk is the problem, bro.
Hold on,
Van Dijk. Everybody who
hold on,
plays
Chris.
Liverpool is Van Dijk is the problem. When you see a defender, when you see an attacker one-on-one Van Dijk, he starts to question himself because look, the first instinct a forward has to do when he catches a defender to run. You cannot run against Van Dijk.
Hey, guys.
And he's very good at attacking.
Chris.
Waste of time.
I listen now. They don't Liverpool defend all the time. Apart from the eye line. Because Alice have a sweep all the time. So what happens,
Yes.
Chris? Because you have the eye line, Chris, there's space in the back and the two wing back areas, right? So either one man, he can't cover the entire back four class.
Obviously, you don't really understand how we play bully.
So
No, I
I
understand what you're playing. And the reason why you can play that game is because Van Dijk is so fast.
But then still get
If you walk over there, once you and Van Dijk meet up over there, what are you going to do? You're going to have to pass and pass. You're not going to pass him.
Bro, Van Dijk is only one person, brother. One
player.
person.
But if Liverpool, remember, Chelsea are playing Liverpool. If Liverpool pen us down in our box and we get in a counter, right? Once we play the ball out, it's just that.
And
forward
remember, Van Dijk is fast, but if a player who is also quick like Werner and have Werner and Van Dijk is in trouble. I will see that time and time again. That's why I make so much play. If Jesus can run in behind,
how many players?
Van Dijk and Foden, them and those guys are nowhere to be found.
Hold on.
I added to one-on-one many times.
I can tell you one time.
That's true.
And maybe you don't remember the one time, but I can tell you the one time. I go ask you this question. How many times when Van Dijk is 100% fit, you see a player on left Van Dijk?
Bro, we're not talking about running with Van Dijk.
No, I'm saying.
Listen,
You see a player get away and Van Dijk starts
bully. First thing, Van Dijk plays on the left side of the centre back for Liverpool. He plays on Ramos side. Most times those balls coming over is on Trent's side, the right side. So Van Dijk most times when they go, just like the last chance Jesus got, he come from Trent's side, more to the right side. Most times these players have a run on Van Dijk. Him can't catch them back. And me I give you an example. Me I show you Jesus who is not even a quick player.
Hold on.
That is not the island. It's not Sterling.
No, Bruce. That is not the island right there. The island is say we catch them out from half line and this player get a one-on-one. Van Dijk going to catch you, Bruce.
Chris,
Van Dijk is going to catch you. If it's a half line and it's a race, Van Dijk going to catch you.
No, have to. Not necessarily, not all the time. I only
How many times you see it happen? How many times
Van Dijk not even bother to run back.
Bruce, Van Dijk won't catch Traore. Who else you won't catch? Van Dijk
Hold
won't catch
on. Bro, I have to go. So,
yeah, man.
Hopefully we can catch back on the conversation another time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we have to go. Okay, guys, alright. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
We're not having any shows, take it easy. You see it?
Yeah, man. Respect.
Cool. Take it easy. I'm on. Hey, Chris, let's get into the thing at the same time. The pick this week.
Yo, Bruce, hold on. Me a second. Just let me explain to me and say, Bruce. If Van Dijk get the ball, if you get the ball, Bruce, and you run off from a half line, Van Dijk will catch you, Bruce. You can't tell me how many times you ever see that happen. Somebody get the ball from Liverpool half line, and Van Dijk don't catch it. Not another centre back, you know. We're not talking about Matip, you know, Bruce.
And attacking
Van Dijk.
Chris,
Van Dijk will catch
Chris. That is why, Chris, if watching Liverpool game, You realize say Alisson let us clean up.
Yeah. Because Bruce,
hold on,
play the ball far from Van Dijk, Alisson is closest to Alisson.
Everybody know Chris. He's a first for Liverpool, play the ball by top. And most time it's in the right channel. He can't cover the whole area. So
yes, but but you have to minimize the space. You have to minimize the space in between or from goal. Like if you play over the top and half line, before the player gets to Liverpool's goal, Van Dijk will get back. That's what I'm saying. So when you just saw against Tottenham, when Tottenham played them, Tottenham went almost to the 18-yard box. And when they played over the top, it was right in the box, right away. So Van Dijk now can't cover that. He can't cover that. But once it goes over the top and it's a run, a foot race, Van Dijk will get there.
No,
Van Dijk will get there.
I agree. And I'm surprised. They're going to play Spurs soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know he can't do the same thing. They'll play very
yeah, but he will minimize the space. He will minimize the space. Son is fast, Son is fast. But he will minimize
play deep, ask me to go by top. I mean, no. That's how I'm going to do the whole game.
But Son is fast, but he will minimize.
But the average winger is fast, and average winger is fast, and average winger is tender.
Yeah, but Van Dijk is very fast, Bruce. That's the problem. Van Dijk is not. Van Dijk's speed is not the average defender's speed. I'm talking about the average fast defender. Think of a fast defender, Van Dijk is very fast.
But Chris,
for a tall, big centre back, Van Dijk is very fast.
Yes, he's fast for an average defender, Chris. But the average defender is still an average winger. Yeah? So
Van Dijk is not the average defender. Remember, it took almost 2 years for the little child to sit Van Dijk down on his ass in the Champions League.
Chris, my point is, Chris, if the average, that means like if the average defender is slower than the average winger, right? When Van Dijk is above the average winger, above the average defender, he's just catching up with the average. Catching up with the average winger. Yeah? You say I'm part of the average winger. He speeds like an average winger. When the winger have a running start, Chris, ahead of him, can you back turn and pick over a running start, then think about disadvantage. Hence why people score Liverpool with it. Play by top. That's the method. Score from Liverpool.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so Bruce, Barcelona want Lewandowski. What do you think? Barcelona?
I don't think it's far fetched, but depends on Chris. Because the truth is, the real market is really say City, Chelsea, Liverpool, or Real Madrid. Those are probably the big clubs you go to. And so it depends on where the Haaland fall before. You won't be the first in the pecking order.
No, Haaland is not going to Manchester, Barcelona. So I'm thinking they're looking for a quality deal.
So I'm saying it depends on where. So for example, I'm going to say City, for example, failed to sign Haaland. Then they could make a last minute move. And Lewandowski, I'm not saying Wagner's sake, right? So it's possible, but it all depends on where the other dice fall. That's all I'm saying. But yeah.
So do you see
the option?
Okay. All right. So do you see Jesus at Barcelona? Gabriel Jesus. They want him for $30 million. Do you see him at Barcelona?
It's possible. I don't know why Barcelona signed him, but it's possible. I don't see
why. What do you mean by why Barcelona? I see Jesus scoring at least 10 goals every season at Manchester City without much game time. So if he's to play consistently, don't you think he would score?
All right. So the thing is, Jesus is not really a centre forward. He's more of a winger. And
but it's a fluid system under Javi, so that would work perfectly.
No, I don't see replacing any of those wingers. I don't see. No. Aubameyang is there and Chiro.
Aubameyang is old, Bruce. He's just a patch. You know that.
Well, I don't just going there. No.
So Bruce, next question. Right? Money talks. Money seems to be starting to talk in the league. Newcastle are seeming to outbid Arsenal for Darwin Núñez. Right? They put up a $50 million bid on the table already. Do you see Arsenal with any chance of beating Newcastle for Darwin Núñez?
It's not the $50 million that's the problem, it's the salary the problem. So it's like when they sign Gimrich, I think I'm saying,
do you think you can beat Newcastle?
No, I'm saying if Newcastle put the right salary, we can beat them. That's all I'm saying.
No, but
fee,
it is,
50 million.
no, but Arsenal haven't made a bid yet, you know.
Yeah,
Right?
but I'm saying if Newcastle put in the fee, we can't beat them. Because salary is a thing. Salary is a thing.
So
I'm
what?
saying Gimmerich get a 4 times salary. Gimmerich a big baller at Newcastle right now. And they're going to sign more big ballers. Eventually, he's a Brazilian international at Newcastle. Young, talented player. So, Newcastle, matter of fact, Newcastle will be starting to bid against Chelsea and Liverpool and City right now. That's where you're going to reach.
Yeah, but all right. So, what are your chances of landing Osimhen for Arsenal? Manchester United, Arsenal, and Osimhen. What do you think are your chances as an Arsenal fan?
Arsenal, well, I'm not optimistic.
Why not? It's against Manchester United.
Yeah.
But do you think Osimhen would be a good direction for Arsenal to go?
Osimhen, that's a Red Bull boy, right?
Napoli player, not Nkunku.
Napoli,
Osimhen. Victor Osimhen, man.
I've not seen much of him. No. Can't
you haven't seen Osimhen?
No.
Come on, you've seen him. Osimhen used to play in Liga. This black guy with the yellow on his hair, you know. Victor Osimhen, right? You've seen him. But he was at one point in the league, he was, leading goal scorer and was on fire. I think he got injured, but he's the talisman for Napoli right now. I think Gattuso even took a pay cut to sign him, right? For them to have the salary to sign Victor Osimhen. Right, that was how serious it was, right? But all right, let's say he's like Valilovic, right? No, okay. Do you think you're optimistic on signing another player of Valilovic's quality?
Let's go find somebody who would not going after. It's a reality. I was saying some release class, somebody and just take him. So Arsenal,
you have to build somebody.
No, I'm saying a release class. Like, say 50 million, I was saying, like how the party, just turn up a release class and collect him. That's what you have to do. I was signing somebody from lower division. That's all. That's where Arsenal is right now. We come to forward.
All right, last question. All right. Kepa, do you think he should leave Chelsea?
Yeah, he should. If you look at Kepa, would I say probably he's still among the top 6 goalkeepers in the league or 7 goalkeepers in the league. If you look at it, yeah.
Really, you're saying that?
Yeah.
You're saying Kepa, the same Kepa that you're disrespecting. You're saying Kepa. I was always saying Kepa was good enough. You're saying Kepa is among the top 6.
Yeah. He is. If you look at it, I mean, apart from the big 4 teams in England.
It's weird today. Bruce is being fair. Wow. I mean, you're being fair, Bruce. For the first time, you're being fair.
All right, the biggest keepers all the top 4 right now, I'll probably say Ramsdale, Hugo Lloris, Pickford. He's better than Hugo Lloris for sure. Better than Pickford for sure. Ramsdale probably can compete with him because Ramsdale better than Foot. So.
Oh, that's high. That's high esteem, you know. For him to be matching up with the prestigious, with the precious Ramsdale, you know, it's high esteem.
I'm not saying Ramsdale is better, but I mean, but he's there.
All right, boss.
All right, he's on a belt.
All right, so that's it for the transfers.
All right, Super fit this week. Interesting week this week. First matchup Liverpool versus Manchester United. Manu coming off a squeeze against Norwich. Thanks to Ronaldo hat trick. Liverpool still high from the FA Cup. And you say?
Liverpool, definitely
Liverpool. All right.
Couldn't even waste time there.
Okay. Arsenal draw. Manu draw. Arsenal Chelsea.
Really? Chelsea?
Okay, I'm Chelsea too. Okay, fine.
You're betting against Arsenal? Oh no! Whoa!
It's a fun. Arsenal not beating Chelsea. No,
wow! Especially without Party. You have no faith in Arsenal without Party.
No, not at all. I want them to win. Yeah.
You have no faith in Arsenal without Party.
I want to put my money on them winning again. can't be Southampton at 6 from Chelsea. Anyway.
Well, you have no faith in Arsenal without party boss. No.
Party really never seen the forward in Chelsea.
No, that Tavares on the wing, man. Where you have Tavares, boss?
Nah. Let's move on to more interesting games. Everton versus Leicester City. That is a more hard game to call than Arsenal versus Chelsea.
We're in Everton.
Everton.
Yeah, we're in Everton.
Right.
I want Lampard to succeed, especially after what my friend Dougie said. I want Lampard to succeed.
Right.
So I'm going with
Leicester, I think we can't look at the loss of Newcastle as a big thing. Yeah, they didn't play well with Vardy, but
yeah, Leicester just did. Leicester like Arsenal. You'd never know. Indeed, he's injured, so you never.
It take me too far, but anyway.
No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about that's a compliment to Arsenal because Leicester has been more consistent than you guys. But then they're the team that should win, could win, but just don't win sometimes.
Okay, I'm going to win it though. All right, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. I think I said dead about Newcastle should be safe, but Newcastle is playing good football. Crystal Palace lost against Chelsea.
Crystal Palace.
All right, Newcastle.
We're giving them back Gallagher, so everything is good.
Newcastle should win that game. They're safe now, but I mean
that should be a tougher game than you think. Based on how Palace can set up to defend and with Conor Gallagher back in the midfield, it should be a tougher game than you think. Shouldn't be. It shouldn't be as simple.
Why give Newcastle? I think that they will still suffering from that when they let down. The disappointment of going to win the lose.
Nah, I don't think they came here respectfully.
I don't.
You can't play the big dogs and expect it.
City versus Brighton.
Really? I thought you were going to say Manchester United. Right? I was like, what? I was looking for the punchline. Brighton cannot be the punchline. Brighton could not be the punchline behind that sentence. I'm hoping that City lose. But I'm going with Manchester City.
All right. So both of us go. So all right.
But I'm hoping City lose.
I mean, I've lost so many times to me start playing it safe. All right, no problem.
I'm not playing it safe. I'm not playing it safe. Remember, this is where you came for the prediction that Villarreal was going to knock out Bayern. I don't think you can have any prediction better than that for the rest of the season, boss. I don't think you can have any prediction better than that for the rest of the season.
It was the same prediction. I said, Lewandowski will score, and he did score. So
yeah, but I'm saying,
my point.
You said Bayern
give
will
me
win,
my credit.
and you will nobody else maybe would have called that. You're saying I lost all credibility when I did it, and then look at that. Right. So
right.
Yeah,
no problem. All right, so nice. We look forward to interesting. So yeah, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Football Fans Exclusive Podcast. Bruce alongside Chris. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.